Hello and good morning to the folks, and a very warm welcome in today's session. My name is Avesh Chaudhary, and I'm the Client Solution Advisor with Inogic's Professional Services Division. So we'll be waiting for a couple of more minutes for rest of the guys to and the participants to join in, and then we'll kickstart this session. So request your patience for just a couple of more minutes, guys. Thank you so much. So I thank you so much for your patience, guys. I see a couple of more participants have joined in recently. So a very warm welcome, guys. And my name is Avesh Chaudhary, and I'm really glad you could, take the time to join us today. Now we're going to explore something that's, becoming increasingly essential for organizations, dealing with high volumes of documents, which is also the topic of today's webinar: smart document classification and auto folder assignment in SharePoint using Copilot agents and Azure AI. Now that might sound technical, but over the next few minutes, we'll break it down with real world context, a live demo, and practical insights that shows just how powerful and easy this automation can be with the right tools in place. Now, before we begin, just a few housekeeping items. So all participants' lines are muted to avoid any background noise. And if you have questions during the session, please type them in the chat window. I'll take them up during the Q&A at the end. And since this is an interactive session, so feel free to engage if you like as we move along. Now, a little bit about iNogic, especially for those of you joining us for the first time. So we are a Microsoft Gold ISV, and one of the most experienced service provider in the Dynamics 365 CRM and Power Platform space. Now, I work in a professional services division where we support clients globally as an offshore delivery center. Now, whether it's implementing custom solutions, migrating from legacy systems, building enterprise grade apps with Power Platform, or now working with AI and Copilot capabilities, our mission is to help businesses become more efficient and agile. So, what exactly are we going to cover today? Right. So, we'll talk about how you can automatically monitor incoming emails with attachments, use Azure OCR to classify and extract document types like ID proof, address proof, and more. Automatically assign metadata such as applicant name, document category, and date. Organize everything neatly into SharePoint folders, and even generate summaries of what was submitted, highlighting what's there and what's missing. All of this powered by Microsoft Copilot Studio agents and Azure AI. So we'll walk through a real use case, show you a live demo, and highlight the business value and productivity gains you can achieve with this kind of automation in place. So with that, let's get started. Uh, I will ask Ms. Prachi Jadhav, our functional consultant, to take over and present the use case and share the demo. So thank you so much once again, guys, for joining. Over to you, Prachi.
Thank you, Avesh, for setting up the context. Hello, everyone. Just to reintroduce myself, I am Prachi Jadhav, a Microsoft Dynamics functional consultant at iNogic, and I'll be walking you through a live demonstration of a custom Copilot, how it interacts with prompts, and how you can build one for yourself. And I assure you, this is going to be an extremely informative webinar. So, a topic for today is smart document classification and auto folder assignment in SharePoint using Copilot agents and Azure AI. So let us explore how Microsoft Copilot Studio agents can streamline your document workflows from monitoring mailboxes to extracting, organizing, and summarizing content. These AI powered agents can automate it all with smart contextual responses. and they do work seamlessly with tools like Azure OCR and SharePoint to reduce manual effort. So in just few clicks, you can turn incoming documents into structured and actionable data. Now, coming to the major takeaways of today's webinar, you'll see how an agent can automatically trigger as soon as an email with an attachment arrives. That will be using the Outlook connector. We'll demonstrate how Azure AI Document Intelligence can extract and classify files like affidavits, contracts, invoices, evidences with ease. Then we'll watch how documents get auto tagged and organized in SharePoint with metadata like the applicant name, document type, submission type, etc. Finally, we'll show you how Copilot uses generative AI to create a smart summary of all the submitted documents. Now, throughout the webinar, if you have any questions, no matter how simple, how easy, please do not hesitate to drop them in the chat. Our AI expert team is here to assist you in the real time. Also, as Avish mentioned earlier, we'll also have a dedicated Q&A session at the end of the webinar. Okay, so coming to the use case, at iNogic, we have made a significant achievement by enhancing Copilot's capabilities, transforming it into a powerful solution that can now manage multiple complex tasks. So let us consider one problem statement. Let us consider you are a member of a law firm. Each day, your firm receives hundreds of documents from clients, ranging from contracts and NDAs to litigation documents, invoices, and client onboarding forms. These documents arrive either via email or through client facing portals. Once received, they are manually reviewed, categorized, and saved to appropriate folders in SharePoint by paralegals or the administrative staff. Though traditional, this manual process is increasingly inefficient. It is time consuming, error prone, and unsustainable as the firm and its document volume might grow in the future. Again, the main challenges here would be manual document handling slows down the productivity and delays the turnaround. Misfiled or unlabeled documents hinder the retrieval. Disorganized data risks compliance and security, and also valuable insights are lost due to unstructured, unsearchable content. So, in short, as the firm grows, manual document handling is going to hinder efficiency and raises the risk of errors and non compliance. Again, without automation, staff spend more time on the file management than on providing the legal expertise. So, in this part of the session, we'll walk you through how Copilot Studio agents can revolutionize this workflow, helping law firms and other organizations streamline document processing, ensure accuracy, and focus on what truly matters, that is, the client service. So, let us take the same use case and assume you're a part of legal team. For today's session, I'll be demonstrating two scenarios around this. The first involves a Copilot agent embedded within the organization's Teams application, and the second covers how we can handle incoming documents from clients received via email. While I'll be showcasing both the scenarios, due to time constraints, we'll focus specifically on configuring the document identification and summary generation process for files received through email. Okay, to demonstrate the first scenario, allow me to share my screen and I'll navigate to the Teams application. Okay, so this is my Teams application wherein I'll be demoing the first scenario. This is where my bot is located at. I have already opened it. Let me also show you the documents that I'll be working with today. So we have the document folder over here. We have an invoice. We have a bank letter receipt. We have a service agreement. Uh, Let me also open the SharePoint folder wherein our files are supposed to be uploaded. So I've cleared it for now, so we can clearly observe the updates as they happen. Okay, so coming back to the Teams application wherein my agent is embedded, like I mentioned, my agent is embedded over here. I've opened that. Let us begin by, we'll just trigger it by a message. Let us send a hi message. It is taking some time and it replies, hello, how can I help you today? So I'll just enter, I'd like to upload your documents. Next, it says, certainly please provide a case name or reference ID so that I can associate the documents correctly. This time we'll provide a case ID wherein the documents are suppose will be storing in the SharePoint. So let us say it is PRA 718. I'll send it over. So this is nothing but my case number. My Copilot says, thank you. I will associate your uploads with this particular folder. That is our case ID. When you are ready, please select the files you want to submit. So let us just attach a couple of files that I just showed you some time back. Oh, let me try again attaching it from this device. Okay, there we go. I'll select two of my files. I'll click on open. We'll wait it to load and I'll send it over. It says initiating document classification and validation. This might take a couple of minutes. Now, what is happening is in the backend, our Copilot is actually going through document. It is scanning the document and classifying it. We'll see how the scanned documents will get stored within the SharePoint. So this indeed would take a couple of minutes as we have two documents. So let us just wait. Meanwhile, this happens. Let me just go to the SharePoint folder to show you it is all empty as of now. We'll go back to our Teams. It's still taking some time. As we can see, it is the work is in progress. It says this is the file name. That is this particular file, first file. And it has identified the file type invoice and it says it has been uploaded successfully. In the next message, it says the second file, this is just the name of the file again, is of the type contracts, which has been uploaded successfully. All the files have been uploaded successfully. Would you like to submit additional documents for the case ID that we had provided? So before answering this question, let me navigate back to SharePoint. Let us refresh it real quick. So as you can see, as per the case ID, a new folder got created within our SharePoint's document folder. We'll open that. Now within that document, you'll be able to view contracts and invoice. So if you open the contracts, you'll be able to view the contract file that we had added. You'll also be able to view the summary of the same. If you go back, go to invoice, you'll be able to view the invoice. Now let us say I upload some more invoices, some more contracts belonging to the same case. So the same will be added in within the same folders. Okay, that was related to how our agent functions within the teams. Okay, to answer the second question, would you like to submit additional documents? Let us say yes. All over again, it asks when you are ready, please select the files you want to submit. This time, let us attach a file that is invalid, but to this particular case. So let me add a bank letter receipt. We'll open it. We'll send it over. Again, it would ask us to wait. It says initiating document classification and validation. This may take a couple of minutes. So let us just wait. Since this is an invalid document with respect to our case, what we're expecting is our Copilot should identify that this is an invalid document and it should conveys the same. So it says, this is again my file name, categorize as address proof, which is invalid legal document. Please provide an alternative for this case. Would you like to submit additional documents for the case ID? So let me just go back to my documents. Let me refresh it. So within our case ID, as you can see, there has not been a separate folder hasn't been created since this was an invalid document. So let us just go and select as no. This is where your journey with the Copilot would end. Again, this was related to how your agent functions within the teams. Uh, we do have a different scenario. For instance, I received the documents from my client through email. To demonstrate that, let me open my email application. This is from client's point of view. And I've created a draft email well in advance. I have added, as you can see in the subject, I have mentioned a case ID. I have added the email content, as well as with that, I have added an invoice. So let us just send it over. I will open my Outlook wherein I'm supposed to view the incoming emails. We'll just wait a few seconds. And there we go. We have received a document from Pansy. As you can see, here's the attachment. So in this case, let us just navigate to our SharePoint. And now we wait. In this case, again, a folder would be created by the case ID. And within that folder, one more folder will be created for invoices, since we have just uploaded a single invoice to the same. Let us just wait. Also, once I show you the configuration part, I'll also show you where to check the activity. As in, okay, there we go. So our case ID was PMR 200, and we have a new file folder created PMR 200. Let us open that. Since a single invoice was attached to the email, only invoice folder got created, and within that folder, our file has been uploaded successfully. You can see the metadata, you can see the summary. So as soon as client emails the document to the legal team, Copilot automatically kicks in. It reads the email, opens the document, figures out what kind of document it is, saves it in the right SharePoint folder. It also adds key details like the applicant's name, when the email was sent, a short summary, so that the legal team can quickly see that, for example, an evidence document or an invoice, without having to open the file. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, we'll be actually creating an agent today for this particular scenario, that is the email scenario. So let us begin. For that, we'll have to simply uh, search for Copilot Studio on your browser. So I have already opened it. I have signed it with my appropriate credentials. This is how your homepage would look like once you sign in with your credentials. Also, please ensure that you have selected proper environment. So initially it would be default environment. Please ensure that you have opened, you are within a proper environment. Again, you might be familiar with this, but just to ensure we are all on the same page. An environment is like a separate space or folder wherein all your work, like the chatbots, your flows, and data is organized for a specific project or a team. Next, since we are creating an agent, go here and click on agents. Now again, agent is the overall copilot that we are building. It's like the digital assistant itself. Since we are creating one from the scratch, we'll click on plus new agent. We'll skip to configure. Now name your agent. Let us say we're adding it as legal assistant. We'll name it as demo. We'll add a description. Now this description is again written in the natural language. Please note that I have prepared some prompts and descriptions well in advance, and I'll paste them here and I'll walk you through them as we go along. So let me go to my prompts folder. I have this description. Let me just paste it and I'll explain it. Okay, it just says I am a Copilot agent designed to process incoming documents via email and the Teams, and automate document classification and auto folder assignment in SharePoint using Azure AI. That is all. Our description is written in natural language. Next, we do have to enter the instructions, but since some of the components that are to be entered within the instructions will be created within, while we're creating the topic, so we'll come at the later stage to fill in the instructions. So as of now, we'll just click on the create button. So we have just given a name, we have added description, we have clicked on create button. That is all. It will take a few seconds. Let me just close this. And this is your agent. Next, we need to define a specific trigger event for our agent, especially determining the exact condition or the action that should activate it. So what this is going to do is it is going to ensure the agent runs automatically at the right moment, like when an email is received or a form is submitted. So to add the trigger, just scroll down. You will have a section for triggers. Click on add trigger. And all the triggers, you'll be able to view 11 triggers over here. In our case, we are building one wherein the trigger would be when a new email arrives. So let us select that. Click on the next button. This is again confirmation window. We'll click on the next button. Herein will define all the conditions that the combination should work as a trigger. In our case, I'm selecting the folder as inbox. I'll scroll down. I'll select include attachments as no. I'll select only with attachments as yes. So again, as per your requirement, you can select the conditions. I have selected inbox. It should be triggered as soon as an email is received within the inbox and other such conditions. Now we have a field called additional instructions to the agent when it's invoked by this trigger. So this that is present by default here, uh, it includes only for body. We don't want our agent to just check the email body, but the entire email content as documents will be received as a part of email attachments. So for that purpose, we'll define that here. I'll just, delete the entire thing. I'll go back. I'll copy this. I'll paste it over here. This is present in JSON. I'll click on the, let me remove this space over here. We'll click on the create trigger button. Our trigger is getting added. There we go. We're done with adding trigger. We'll close this. Next, we'll have to create a topic. Now, topics are specific tasks or questions this Copilot can handle, like identifying the type of document. So for that, we have the topics tab over here. Let us go there. By default, you'll have four topics. We'll create one from blank. So for that, click on plus add a topic from blank. And here we have a topic. Let us name it as on start trigger. Okay. So you might have seen as soon as we created a topic, a trigger step is automatically generated. And let me add a description over here. Now this description also helps train the Copilot, and which is again written in natural language. Let me go back to my prompts folder. I'll open my trigger description. Let me paste it. I'll just read out what the description says. It says trigger this topic when an email is received using the when an email arrives trigger. Save the trigger input, that is the email content, into a variable. Then create a document in the appropriate SharePoint folder as suggested by the generative answer. So these are the literal steps that we are going to create within a topic. Again, this is written in natural language. Next, we'll have to create a variable to store the message ID that we defined within our trigger. If you remember, we did cut some part that included just the body, and we added a JSON. So for that, we'll create a new variable. For that, just click on plus button over here. I'll scroll down. Variable management, set a variable value. I'll click on this and create a new variable. Within this, let us name it as email message info. Just scroll down and I'll just select it as global, as in any topic from this particular agent can access this particular variable. And also I'll check this point. I'll simply click on the cross button. It will save the progress. Now you're in, we'll have to add the to value. Click on the three dots, go to system. I'll search for activity.text. Now this system.activity.text will hold the message ID as well as the email subject, which we are saving in the global variable that we just created. Okay, so in this particular step, the variable that is this particular variable is present in string format. That is, we cannot access its data. To make sense of it and to ensure accessibility, we'll need to pass it. So let us just add a step here for that. To do that, click on the plus button, go to variable management, click on the pass value. So our pass value step has been added. Select the same variable over here, that is email message info. We'll select the data type as record. We will click on edit schema. I have the schema ready with me. I'll just copy and paste it again. Okay, the edit schema option lets you define the structure of the data that you want to extract during the parsing. It is going to help with standardizing and organizing the parsed output, uh, for using the later steps. I'll just confirm this. And to save the input, we will create a new variable. Click on the create a new variable. A new variable got created. Let us rename it as past email message info. That is all. I'll click on the cross button. Okay, there we go. The next step is to extract the case number from the email subject. So if you remember, while sending an email, I had added a particular case ID within the subject, based on which a folder will be created in SharePoint, right? So for that, within a topic, we will add a step to extract the case number from the email subject. For that, we will use a generative step that identifies and retrieves again the case ID. So click on the plus button, we'll go to advanced, click on the generative answers, click on the three dots, navigate to formula, expand the window. Again, let me just go and add in my instruction. Let me just add it over here. So the content that you see over here is nothing but the instruction. And in the end, we have just passed the variable which is holding the email subject, and based on that instruction, so it will actually extract the case ID which we can use further. So I'm talking about this part. Again, the instruction is written in natural language and it is repetitive. As you can see, it says you will be given an email subject line. Your task is to extract and return only the case ID present in the text. Extract and return only the case ID present in the email subject line. Return only the case ID as output without any additional words, punctuation, or explanation. I'll click on the insert button. Next, okay, what I'll do is I'll go to the properties once again. If you scroll down, I'll add our instructions here as well. I'll just paste the same. We just have to only include the instruction. So I have removed the other thing. And if you scroll down, click on advanced. We have to save the response of this particular step within some variable. So for that, let us create a new variable called case ID, since it is going to recognize or identify the case ID from our email subject. So let us rename it as case ID. I'll capitalize this. Close it. Okay. So in step number 5, the next step involves having the agent identify the type of document. And this will be handled by a Power Automate flow that we've already set up in advance. I'll just add it here and then I will walk through it. To add the Power Automate flow, click on plus button. Go to add a tool. Previously, this was called as add an action. Now it is called as add a tool. This is my Power Automate flow that I'm going to use over here. We've added it. Just click here. These are the input variables. So click on the three dots, go to formula, and I'll add the formula of the variable, the global variable that I had created earlier. We'll click on select, insert. Again, we had already created a case ID variable, so we'll simply select that. Okay. So this flow is going to return the information of all the files created in SharePoint, which is stored in JSON data output variable. The output, again, that the output that I'll be receiving here is in string format. So in the next step, what we're going to do is we'll once again pass this JSON in which it is, it is in the string format into table format. Before going there, let me show you the Power Automate flow. That is this particular Power Automate flow that I've used here. I have it opened already. So this is my Power Automate flow. It begins with to extract the content from email, we start by using get email v2 trigger action. Next, we loop in. Okay, herein I just have some variables that I've created. Initialize variable for metadata, file identifier, etc. Next, we'll be looping through each attachment in the email and pass them through Azure AI's OCR service under the document intelligence to extract the text. Now, what exactly is OCR? So OCR is nothing but optical character recognition, which is a technology that detects and reads printed or handwritten text from images or scanned documents. So Azure's OCR service not only extracts the text, but also understands the layout, the structure, making it ideal for processing forms and official documents. So that was about OCR. We send the OCR through an HTTP action, and since it takes some time to process, we have included a short delay before proceeding. After the delay, we use another HTTP call to retrieve the extracted text. Once we have the text, we pass it through OpenAI service to determine the type of document. As in if the document received is ID proof, if it is evidence document, if it is an invoice, etc. So based on the classification, we create a corresponding file in the SharePoint within the right folder. And the metadata extracted via OCR is also assigned at this particular stage. So that was about the Power Automate flow that we have used. I'll go back to my topic. Up till here, if you have any questions regarding this, feel free to send them to the chat. I'll continue with the rest of the session. Next, like I mentioned, the output of the previous step is in string format. We'll have to pass it. To do that, click on plus, click on variable management, pass value. So the output of the first of the previous step will be our pass values variable, that is JSON data. This time we'll select the data type as table. Since we'll be having multiple records, we'll again click on edit schema. Let me just go and copy paste the same. I'll confirm this. Now we'll have to create a new variable to store the past data. So you know the drill. Click on this arrow, click on create a new variable. Your variable has been created. Let us rename it real quick. We'll add as past JSON data. That is all. We'll just close this. Now, once this is passed, I can iterate over all the document present, all the data present inside the table. So for that, we'll be adding a for loop. To add a for loop, click on the plus button. Go to variable management, list management, and then loop to a list. As you can see, a step has been added. Along with that, a for loop has been added. So within this, I'll select the previous steps output, that is our past JSON data. And this is the output variable whose name is loop value 1, but I'll just rename it as loop value. Next, we will add a step to generate a summary of documents analyzed content using a generative answer. So for that, we'll add a generative step again within the for loop. So just click on this plus button, go to advanced generative answers. You will have your step added. Click on the three dots, go to formula, expand the window. I'll go to my prompts. I have my generative answer summary. I have added it. Again, let us just go through what is written. It is again written in natural language. It says, summarize the following structured content into a single complete sentence that reads naturally and includes only the most relevant details. The summary must be at least 10 words and no more than 50 words. Do not use bullet points, list, or line breaks. So again, this is not mandatory. You can always customize it according to your liking, your requirement. And we have also added some other instructions. We will insert it. So this is going to create a summary. We need a variable to again save the summary. For that, again, go to data sources, scroll down, click on advanced, save bot response as, click on the side arrow, create a new variable. We'll give it, okay, our variable got created. We'll give it an upfront name like document summary. You can name it anything. Document summary, I'll close it. Okay, so up to this stage, our agent will generate the summary. However, to update this particular summary within the corresponding SharePoint folder, we'll add a Power Automate flow in the next step. So again, to add a Power Automate flow, click on the plus button, go to add a tool. Our Power Automate's name is update file properties. You scroll down. Our inputs are from the previous steps outputs. So click here, go to formula. My variable was of type topic. I'll add the loop value dot file identifier and we'll insert it. So this variable we have just created some time back. I'll just add it, document summary. The Power Automate flow that we've used here is very upfront and very short. I'll just open it real quick and explain. This is the Power Automate flow we are using. We're just defining the path for a summary to be stored, like the exact path of where exactly it should be stored within our SharePoint folder. So we have just mentioned that over here. It is simple and sweet Power Automate flow. We'll go back to our topic. Okay, we are done. We are almost done with our topic. At the end, we'll add an endpoint so that our topic would know when to end the process. To do that, click on the plus button, topic management, end all topics. And that is all, guys. We'll simply click on the save button to save the progress. It will take a couple of seconds to load. Okay. Next, if you remember, I had mentioned earlier that we'll be adding the instructions at the end. Since all the components are ready, let us go to overview. If you scroll down, you'll have the instructions over here. Click on edit button. I'll open my instructions. I'll copy them. Okay, I've copied the extra space as well. I'll just remove this. I'll add the variables and then explain. To add the variables, click on the backslash parfx. And I'll search for global dot email message info. I'll insert it and we will add a trigger. Trigger's name. A trigger is a topic. So again, I'll just search for topic and it will give me all my topics. A topic was onset trigger. I'll just move this above. Okay, I'll just read out the instructions. Again, it is written in natural language except the variables or the components that we have added here. The instruction state, you're a Microsoft Copilot Studio agent designed to process incoming emails with document attachments. Your core function is to automate document classification and storage in SharePoint, leveraging Azure AI Document Intelligence, OCR, and Power Automate. When a new email arrives in the monitored inbox, capture the email content, store the email message in the variable. We have defined a variable, and then trigger the topic. The name of the topic is onStart trigger. I'll just remove the space and we'll click on the save button. Let me go back to topic and recap briefly the steps. Okay, just a quick overview. We created a topic and added a natural language description to activate the Copilot when an email arrives. Next, we created a global variable to capture the message ID and subject from the trigger. We used a pass step to convert the string data into a structured record. Next, we added a generative answer step to extract the case ID from the email subject and stored it in a variable, that is the case ID in this case. At step number 5, we used a pre-built Power Automate flow to classify the attached document and store it in the SharePoint using the message ID and the case ID. We then passed the JSON string out from the flow into a table format for easier access. Then we added a loop to iterate through each document entry in the parse table. We added a generative answer step inside the loop to generate a summary of each document's content. Next, we added another Power Automate flow within the loop to update the file's metadata in SharePoint with the summary. At the end, we ended the topic using the end all topic step to complete the automation flow. So that was a complete overview. And now our agent is ready to be published. We'll click on the publish button. It will just give me a confirmation window. It will ask me to review the following before publishing. I'll just click on publish button. We'll just wait a couple of seconds and then we'll be ready to test our agent. Testing your agent is extremely important. It's publishing. Okay, there we go. As you can see, our agent has been published. You can also see the timestamp. Now let us test it out. I'll again go to my email application. I have one draft document created well in advance again. This time I have added 2 documents. And if you can see, I've mentioned case ID. So this part is the case ID. And what I'm expecting is within the SharePoint, a folder should be created by this name. That is demo2. So let us see if that happens. We'll click on the send button. We'll go to our other Outlook application. We'll just wait a few seconds. And there we go. We have received 2 applications from our client Pansy. Now we wait. And you can also track this activity within the within the agent that you created. So to do that, we'll go to topics. Here you have a tab called as activity. And it will be triggered. Let us allow it. And there you go. Let us now go to SharePoint documents. So a new folder called demo2 is supposed to be created here. Let us refresh it once. Let us allow it a few seconds. And there we go. We have the demo2 and it has been modified just a few seconds ago. Let us refresh it again. If we open the demo2, you can see we had added 2 files, but it is still processing. So only the contracts has been updated. If you open contract, you'll be able to view the file added. Let us go back and you'll be able to view our invoice is also up on the folder. I'll open the invoice. You'll be able to view the metadata. It will also take some time and you will be able to view summary. So yeah, let us wait for that. We'll just refresh our page and there you go. We'll have the metadata, your summary. So it is working as you had created as per our topic. Again, it is important to highlight the two core principles that guided our Copilot agent's behavior, that is smart document classification and auto folder assignment strategy. The agent uses Azure Form Recognizer to extract the key metadata from documents and Azure OpenAI to understand the content semantically, allowing it to classify the files based on the themes, entities, and the intent. Again, once classified, predefined rules and business logic are applied dynamically by the Copilot agent to determine the right folder path. And as a result, documents are either assigned to existing folders or new folders are created automatically in SharePoint. So in our case, new folders got created. This is going to ensure consistency, and it is going to make your organization more intelligent with minimal manual effort. And that wraps up the agent configuration. We would now like to hear from you on how you found this webinar to be so far. The polls are now open and up on your screen. I would request you all to participate in the same. Stop sharing. I request everyone to participate in the poll. Once again, requesting everyone to participate in the poll. Post this, we'll be having the Q&A session. You can share your questions, your queries in the chat, in the Q&A section. If you're holding any questions, you can just send it over. Okay, we have 6 responses. Okay, we have some questions coming in, and our AI expert, Mr. Sanket Palkar, is here to answer them.
Yes, so we've got a few queries here. As I can see, is that uh, uh, yeah, the latest query would be the problem with this is the email portion linked to the user account. It will be only working for this account only. So in our demonstration, it was just one single account. But what you can do is instead of using any single account, you can also configure this Copilot for the yeah, because it's just a connector of Outlook, right? So you can also use the shared mailbox and basically make use of that so that any different customers or clients or any other emails that you receive onto the shared mailbox can be converted to uh, processed and stored files to the SharePoint. Then we also have other queries that was asked uh, regarding why is Copilot instead of Power Automate that can do the same. So definitely you can make use of Power Automate for all of the automation. That's for sure. Like we just said, we showed you two of the scenario. The first one was where we can you make use of Copilot to classify to basically receive so for example if the co-pilot is integrated into portal and basically we are receiving files from that copilot. So in that case how we can classify and summarize etc for the files and generate their metadata and auto folder them. That is the same process that we did. We just showed you a more automated way where we can, along with that, so that this word process can be used when we receive the file through Copilot. But the same way, you can also automate through the mail for the files received through emails. Uh, yeah, any other queries? Anyone else has any questions here?
Okay, we'll take that as a no. Thank you everyone for your attention. And with that, I would like to hand it over to Mr. Avish to continue with the rest of the session. Thank you, guys.
Right. So thank you so much, Prachi, for the insightful session. And thank you so much, Sanket, for taking the questions. And thank you so much, the participants, for staying with us through today's session. And I truly hope it gave you a clear picture of how Copilot agents and Azure AI can bring intelligence, speed, and structure to your document management workflows. So just to quickly summarize, we looked at how to monitor emails for incoming documents, automatically extract and classify them using Azure AI, uh, tag and organize those files within SharePoint, and generate AI powered summaries, all without any manual intervention. So, this is a solution that's not just smart, it's scalable and practical. So whether you are in HR, finance, insurance, legal, or any domain that deals with tons of documentation, this kind of setup can save hours of manual work, reduce errors, and create consistency in how data is handled. So if you're thinking this sounds great, but how would it fit into your system or processes? Don't worry. We'd be happy to schedule a personalized conversation to understand your needs and explore how we can help implement something similar for you. Also, just would like to talk about iNogic a bit. Now, at iNogic, we understand that every organization has unique processes and legacy challenges. So our development team steps in when out of the box solution aren't enough. So we have worked on deep customizations, on-prem to online migrations, app source, app development, data migrations, and third-party integrations. So we ensure every solution is secure, scalable, and well documented. We also offer flexible ways to work with us, whether you need help with the one-time project or ongoing support. So you can choose between time-based work or dedicated team members, including offshore support across time zones for smooth project delivery. Now we follow agile methods, focus on clear communication, and work closely with you to understand your goals. So with strong expertise in Dynamics 365 and Power Platform and AI, we provide smart and effective solutions. So to put it in a nutshell, guys, partnering with us means getting a skilled team ready to support your CRM needs, boost productivity, and help your business grow. Now you can learn more about our services, solutions, and expertise by visiting our website, www.inogic.com, or you can send your inquiries at crm@inogic.com. Now we've also got a rich set of blogs, videos, and documentation to help you explore Copilot, Power Platform, and Dynamics 365 capabilities further. And of course, follow us on LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube. Just search for iNogic and stay in loop with everything new we are doing in this space. So once again, thank you so much for joining today, folks. It has been an absolute pleasure sharing this with you, and I look forward to continuing the conversation. Till then, take care, stay innovative, and see you next time.